Guys, my father was a captain, of course not in football, but in the army. And he always told me about the importance of having the right captain if you are going to have a powerful battalion. And I do know the role of a captain on a battlefield is the same as that of a captain on a football field because literally they are all battles. Welcome to the hotspot. My name is Webb, and today I'm here to talk about captaincy. As we know, of course, what's going on with Manchester United. We are signing players left, right, and center, and it looks good. Of course, next now is Rasmus Hojlund, and of course Suzuki, who is almost done, nearly done. So there is progress that is being done. But as we do go on about this, and we love the fact that Harry Maguire, who many of us have felt, I think, was not the right captain for the club if it was going to head anywhere, was a script of his captaincy, like we reported here a few weeks ago. It was confirmed by himself. And now the debate is there for who will be the new captain of Manchester United. Now, many people have obviously gone for Bruno Fernandes because he was wearing the armband, many a time. And he seems to be the obvious captain now because he has been captaining the team for the most part when Harry Maguire was not playing games from last season. So it makes sense. But I was thinking, is he actually the right person to be captain of these troops? Now, we are looking at a team that is going to have the likes of Andre Onana. And guys, go on and subscribe if you haven't, and you can as well turn on the notifications. But yeah, we are signing all these players, but let's talk about the captain, who the right captain of these people should be. Manchester United has got a history of always having the right captains. If we go from back during the times of the Eric Cantonas, when he was captain of the club, I think until up to 1997, he was he was obviously supposed to be the captain of that team. I think he was one of the oldest, if not the oldest player on the team. The young Beckhams, the Gary Nevilles were just coming up, the class of 1992. So he was the best player, but by default, he was the most senior player. He commanded that respect. He just had to be their captain. He was a star even among the players. He had just won the league, I think, with Leeds United. He was there. He was far ahead of all the rest. So he was supposed to be the captain, whereas he was still the best player, I think, at the club at the time. But from that time, if you continue looking at the captains United has had, from Roy Keane, at some point we had Gary Neville after Roy Keane's long service. Then we had Nemanja Vidic. I think for some small times we would see Rio Ferdinand come in and wear the captain. Of course, we had Wayne Rooney, who was also later as the captain, I think, in the evening of his stay there. So you see that what I'm trying to do, not necessarily the best players at the team, even if they've got the responsibility, their lives, they are regular, they are not always necessarily the best options to be captains. And at times, captaincy, I think, sort of takes away a certain freedom from a player. A talented player like Bruno Fernandes to be made captain for me is not is giving him a big burden. Bruno Fernandes is one of our, if not the most talented player at Man United right now. He's that talented. He's one of the, and we know that he's in his prime in terms of age, so he will be there for some time. We need him to performing at his best for a long time. I feel like giving him the captain's armband with all these stars who have come in with what we are building will, yes, it's good. He can take up the responsibility and all, but I feel like it might take away something. That burden can take away something from you and expressing yourself as a player. That's why I'm never for the best players being made captains until they reach a certain age. If Bruno Fernandes was late 30s or middle 30s, I would, or mid 30s, I would say it's okay. But for me, that's one where I think he shouldn't be. He can be the assistant captain, but he shouldn't be the captain now. We're in this period of transition. We need someone more senior, someone more respected. Bruno Fernandes is respected as a person, but not exactly for his personality in football, for his achievements in football. If you have a team that has got the likes of uh, Rafael Varane, we are talking a four-time Champions League winner, a four-time Club World Cup winner. We are talking a player who has won the World Cup and reached its final, the following edition. I mean, I can go on and on about Rafael Varane. He's 30, he's mature, he commands respect and order. Now, he might have his injuries, but he's a star player. He's a starting player. When he's fit, he's starting. So it's not, his injuries do not mean he's not a good player, but he's the perfect leader for that team. he has got the character of a leader. We are seeing videos of him in dressing rooms with France. He was the one putting the teams together in those dressing rooms. When they were coming back to almost beat Argentina, he was the one, leading these players in the dressing. He's a leader, respected in terms of what he has achieved. He's ripe. His prime, leave alone his injuries, but he's still, at 30, he's still prime. I feel for me, Rafael Varane should be the captain of Manchester United, and Bruno Fernandes the assistant. Fernandes can keep growing now. After 2 or 3 seasons, maybe he can take over, because we don't think Rafael Varane is going to be at United for so long. Obvious, because of his injuries, he won't stay for so long. But he's the right person now to steer the ship. If not him, Casemiro, because again, Casemiro has been there. He's respected. He's the most impactful player. He's a senior player. He can carry that mantle, the respect, the energy. But even from the referees when games get intense, so I don't really see why we should be excited about making Bruno Fernandes the captain. I feel like that will sort of fetter him, hold him back a bit. It's yes, it looks good on him. He's a cool guy. He greets everyone. We saw videos of them returning for training, and he was the one greeting everyone and the cameramen and all. And yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. But I don't really think awarding him captaincy is the best appreciation for that. I think it will in any event fetter him, because I still think he's the most talented player at Man United right now. So there's more for us to see from him. So we don't need to load him with that. But of course, there's also another candidate. There's quite a number of candidates, and I think I like that United has got a number of candidates for captaincy post Harry Maguire, because you look at even a player like Marcus Rashford. He's a born leader. Clearly, you've seen what he's done with the kids in the UK at Man United. I mean, he's got his MB. He's young. He's a leader by default. But I still don't think him and Bruno Fernandes are our best players. I don't see them wearing that mantle. More so at this critical time of transition, where they should be concentrating about delivering on the pitch. The other responsibilities, the burden of leading, being exemplary and all, should not be for them now. For now, it should be them concentrating to play their best football if United is going to be competitive. So, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford are two players who should not be thought about as captains. That's a huge burden now. Varane, Casemiro are okay. That's my 2 cents. You can slide into the comments section and let me know what you think. Whether you think Bruno Fernandes should be the next captain of Man United, because like I told you, like my dad has always told me, bless his soul, a captain is the most important. By the way, mine was a battlefield captain, front line. So exact same thing as a football captain. You've got to be a different character. It's got to be I think beyond your talent, beyond being a nice guy who greets everyone. Right now, at this critical stage, Manchester United needs a character of a captain, a person who will stand. If Casemiro stands there and he speaks, if Rafael Varane stands there and speaks, people listen. But also Bruno Fernandes has he's too animated. He's too he's a bit immature, if you ask me, for lack of a better word. Small call by a referee and he was running. He's the first to run to the referee, and I don't exactly think that's how you lead. Let him just enjoy his football and express himself, and forget about captaincy, and let that burden go to Varane or Casemiro. Those are my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Now, just to give you some news this morning, of course, Manchester United is now focused on the striker. That is Rasmus Hojlund. He's still the top target for United. He's still the one we are looking to bid for, as we do continue to try and collect some money to be able to buy again more, to top up on the cash. We have to be able to buy more. Then of course we hope to again sign Axel Disasi, because we are still in the race with Newcastle United. They have perhaps not reached again the point of focusing on a centre back, but we are still in that race for Axel Disasi. So we need a striker. Axel Disasi, Sofian Amrabat is still coming up in conversations. I think for those two, we are waiting to be able to sell some players and raise some funds to be able to finance their purchase. So it's not exactly a busy morning. I think there's nothing breaking. We know that Onana is expected to be undergoing his medical today, Wednesday, on Wednesday. That's tomorrow or Thursday. He should be undergoing his medical, and later on he will proceed to the US to join the tour. So everything is happening quick for Andre Onana. He will be unveiled very soon, sooner than we expect. So keep your eyes open, your hands, of course, on your phone, because when the notification comes through, you want to be among the first to get that one, that the medical is done, of course, here on the hotspot. Well, thank you so much. I will be catching you later. My name is Webb. Subscribe if you haven't, and let's keep talking about Manchester United as we wait for more upcoming news.